A very warm welcome to all my dear viewers. I wish all my viewers a very happy and safe Diwali. In today's discussion, I'm going to discuss about one more important topic which is going to be useful to you in your daily course of life. In today's discussion, I would enlighten you about being a guarantor in any agreement or contract for the performance of some other person. Now, in our daily lives, we come across a situation where many times our friends or relatives, they approach us and they request us to become the guarantor in particular agreement or contract which they would be entering into with some other person. So, what happens when we become the guarantor for that particular person? To explain it in a better way, let me take the example of a bank. Okay, assuming that there is a bank and the bank is supposed to give loan to a person by the name Mr. A. This Mr. A happens to be your friend. Okay, so in this three people, let us first understand who would be playing the role of what. Mr. A, who has approached the bank to take the loan, will become the principal debtor. That is the actual person who is going to perform the obligation or the duties. Since I or you would be giving guarantee for the performance of the principal debtor, that is Mr. A, you become the guarantor or the surety. And the bank definitely is the creditor who is going to give loan to Mr. A on the guarantee that is going to be extended by you. Now, what happens if Mr. A defaults in the fulfillment of his obligation or fails to repay the loan? So, since you have become a guarantor, you can never take the stand stating that the bank should first approach Mr. A. In case Mr. A is not able to fulfill the promise, only then the bank should approach you. It cannot be acceptable. Since Section 128 of the Indian Contract Act is absolutely clear on this concept, it very clearly states that the liability of a guarantor and that of a principal debtor is coextensive, which means that the lender or the bank has got the liberty to choose whether to proceed against the principal debtor or to proceed against the guarantor. So the bank can choose without proceeding against the principal debtor. The bank can proceed against you, invoke the personal guarantee and make sure that you are making the payment to the bank. But you can safeguard yourself in this kind of situation by using a simple measure, because Section 128 also states that if there is something contrary to Section 128 mentioned in the agreement, then the guarantor can be safe in that situation, which means that the contract which you would be executing for the principal debtor, if there is some clause which states that in the event only when the principal debtor fails or the principal debtor is not able to perform his obligation, the bank should exhaust his remedy first against the principal debtor and only then execute or invoke your guarantee. So in that situation, you can be safe and you can use that particular clause to safeguard your interest. So whenever you are entering an agreement by acting as a guarantor for any person, please make sure that your contract does have this particular clause which would say that the lender should first exhaust his remedy against that particular principal debtor and then proceed against the principal guarantor or the person who has given the surety. So only in this situation you can be safe and you can take this particular clause for your defense. I hope you find this information useful for yourselves, and next time whenever you are entering into these kind of agreements, please make sure that you stay legally safe and legally protected. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, kindly subscribe to my channel and like the video and do share it also. And once again, I'll be back again with some informative topic like this in my next video. Till then, stay tuned and stay happy. Thank you so much.